I started as a driver, then I started buying trucks. Then, basically, a couple of years in, I realized that it's way too stressful. I like the money, but it was way too much stress and not enough leverage to, basically, you are on the bar of the supply chain, and you have not too much leverage. So I decided to sell everything. I have a fleet of trucks, and I sold everything, got out of the business. Then I started doing real estate, just single families and apartments. Then I start evolving into financing.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Investors Club podcast. I am your host, Marco Cabrera, and today we have a special guest, George Otel. He's an entrepreneur, investor, and mentor, and who's been in real estate and business finance for over a decade. He's helped over 400 businesses secure funding. He's been part of multiple business acquisitions and knows the ins and outs of commercial real estate and SBA lending. Now, we're here. We're going to find out how he built his network, how small businesses can get the funding they need, and what it really takes to grow through smart financing. George, how you doing, man?
Marco, thanks for having me. Appreciate you taking the time from your busy life as an entrepreneur to
Yeah,
create content that it's beneficial for a younger generation, for older generation. I always salute entrepreneurship, and thanks for having me.
awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. And no, thank you. You're Mr. Busy over here, funding businesses and seeing the world. So yeah, I thank you for taking out the time. I know it took us a little bit to get the schedule, but we got it done, and that's what it's about, right?
Yes, yes, it's everybody's busy, but at the end of the day, it's things are getting done because it's how it is. I have in my diary, I have what I have for the next 12 months. It happens that I make it in 24 months, so it's
Yeah.
it's totally fine. It's it's life.
Absolutely. Yeah, sometimes you gotta roll with the punches, make certain adjustments, but at the end of the day, you get it done, right? So let's get right
Yes,
into it, man. Let's start from the beginning. Before all the finance deals and the business success, what was your life like before that?
yeah. So I had a trucking transportation company 2012, 2015. Then I started doing real estate deals. One of my first mentors, he was doing kind of the financing side of the deals. They were doing short sales, buying them from the bank. I been doing that since 2016 to a couple of years. Then 2018, I started financing, basically trucking company, transportation, restaurants. We started with the equipment side, then working capital, SBA, and for the last 5 years, we've been doubling down on a commercial real estate and real estate investors. The fix and flip, ground ups, Airbnbs, you name it, we get it done.
Nice. That's awesome, man. So you said in like around 2011, 2012, you were in trucking, like logistics. Was that your own trucking company that you built, that you were running? Like what that look like?
Yes, yes, yes. I started as a driver, then I started buying trucks. Then, basically, a couple of years in, I realized that it's way too stressful. I like the money, but it was way too much stress and not enough leverage to, basically, you are on the bar of the supply chain, and you have not too much leverage. So I decided to sell everything. I have a fleet of trucks, and I sold everything, got out of the business. Then I started doing real estate, just single families and apartments. Then I start evolving into financing.
Got it. All right. So you had a trucking company and you realized this ain't for me. It's funny because I was in logistics for a long time. I was operations manager, and yeah, I totally understand that truck game is something different. You got to be built for it. You're on the road most of the time. It gets expensive. People don't understand that what you have to pay for, like gas, a surcharge, and your truck it breaks down. You have issues. So that's awesome, man. But you do learn a lot. Did you learn a lot in the truck business?
Oh yeah, of course. To how to deal with the being
Maniacs?
under stress. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
Everybody's
I'm
crazy in that
I'm I'm
industry, man.
I'm from Eastern Europe, and I speak Romanian, and I speak Russian, and all this jazz. But it's it teach me to understand how important of having an hour or like half a day of not having any calls from anybody, because in logistics you get calls every other minute
Nonstop. Yeah.
and a lot of problems. And it's and also it teach me how to be able to think fast and to take decision fast, and you kind of like wired you in a certain way.
Hmm.
And also I learned the business, so that's how I started funding. I started funding basically trucks, trailers, helping owner operators. And
Wow.
I had clients that they started buying 3 5 trucks.
Hmm.
Now uh, last couple of years we've done a lot of commercial real estate for transportation companies. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago actually, we closed on a trucking terminal with 100% financing. So me being in
Wow.
the trucking helps me understand how to ma- how to create this opportunity for the trucking company owners to buy the commercial real estate. Because real estate, commercial real estate, this is the it's your pension, it's your retirement plan eventually.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome because it's funny because I was in logistics as well. I started in customer service, then I went up to dispatch, and then I was operations manager. It was a good paying job, but you're right. I learned how to make quick decisions because in logistics, like you're getting phone calls, you're getting problems. There's accidents on the road, there's deadlines you got to meet. There's, loading docks. Let's say you don't have a lift gate and the loading dock level. Now you're in a problem. What do? You got to transfer the skids. Like so many problem solving skills that I learned in logistics, man. So that's awesome, bro. Now, so being in that industry, is that what led you to want to help people in that industry as far as like entrepreneurs because you understood it?
Yes, it's so basically I always like the financing side of things. When I had my trucking company, I was looking for funding and I was not able to find those types of deals that I offer now to my clients. Just for trucks and trailers, which is it's complicated sometimes for newcomers and even for people with 100 trucks in a fleet. It's I know how to basically package the deal to make it to make the lenders understand, because lenders speak in another language and they don't understand each other.
Yeah,
We as brokers, we basically help them facilitate the whole transaction.
that's
And
awesome, man.
yeah, and now imagine, I mean, this deal that we closed, it's 100% financing. So the trucking company, transportation company owner, he came at the closing table with the 2 forms of ID and zero money out of pocket to buy a trucking terminal. It's
Wow, that's impressive. That's a
yep.
difficult deal to get lending on. I'll tell you that much. But that's awesome, man. Because what I've come to understand, entrepreneurs who do well from themselves, they usually pinpoint a problem that people have in a certain industry. In your case, you saw how difficult it was to get financing, and I think every business capital is the issue, right? Cash flow, being able to stay afloat and bring in that income, but you need the capital to do it. You need machines, you need trucks, you need software, whatever the case may be. But there's usually a problem that you have a passion to solve, and it sounds like you saw that, you had a passion, and you started going towards it. Now, quick question: you said you started getting into real estate. Is that fix and flip, like for yourself?
So my mentor, basically, he had a partner. So his partner was doing fix and flip, but my mentor, I choose the financing side. So we were negotiating the homes, the short sale. So basically, I don't know if you're familiar with the short sale. So when somebody's going into foreclosure, we were helping them to avoid the foreclosure, so they have a short sale. So the short sale is gonna stay 2 or 3 years on his record instead of 7 years for the foreclosure. And sometimes they get like help from government to move, like 5 10 grand to move. So basically we get the home from the bank, basically at the discount. And then our partners, the rehabbers, they were buying those from the banks directly. And yeah, so I was involved, but on the financing side of the things, because I don't like the physical, running the crews and stuff, because it's
Yeah,
I remodeled my home last year. It was nuts. It was
it wasn't fun, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The fun thing is, We moved out of house, so we destroy everything in one day. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, what I did, what, what?
I'm laughing because I know the feeling, man. My house, we bought our house and it was moving ready, right? So the day that we closed, the next morning I did demo, right?
Yeah,
And then I came back that afternoon. I walked in, I'm like, what the hell did I
yeah,
do?
yeah, yeah.
You know, like what am I crazy? You know, but it ended up working out in the at the end. But I know the feeling too well, bro. Are you tired of feeling stuck, unsure how to break into real estate investing? Or maybe you've done a few deals, but now you're struggling to scale. You've heard the success stories, you've seen other flip houses or wholesaling properties, and maybe you've even tasted some success yourself. But you know there's more potential and you're looking for the next step. I get it. I've been exactly where you are. My name is Marco Cabrera, and I spent years building a real estate investing business from the ground up, starting with little to no experience. Now I'm here to guide you on your journey. Through the Investors Club, I've helped hundreds of people, whether they're just starting out or doing a few deals a month, close more deals, scale their business, and build real, lasting success. In the Investors Club, we follow a clear, proven plan to help you succeed in real estate. Learn the basics. If you're new, you'll start with an easy to follow lesson on wholesaling and house flipping. If you're experienced, we'll help you sharpen your skills and identify ways to grow. With the support of our community and practical tools, you'll start finding more deals, improving your processes, and building real momentum. Whether you're just trying to land your first deal or scaling up to six figures, we'll provide the strategies and support to take you to the next level. Now, the only thing standing between you and success is taking the next step. Join the Investors Club community today. It's free and you'll get immediate access to online courses, resources, and a network of like minded people ready to help you succeed. And yes, it's free. So imagine having the confidence to spot a good deal, the knowledge to close it, and a network of investors to help grow your business. Whether you're just starting or scaling, the Investors Club will guide you from your first deal to consistent long-term success as an investor. Or you can stay where you are, watching others grow, feeling like you're stuck doing the same deals or missing out on opportunities. It doesn't have to be that way. With the right guidance and support, you can move from stuck to scaling. So take action today. Log on to school.com/investors club. That's school, SKOOL.com/investors club. Let's build your real estate future together, whether you're just starting or ready to level up your game. See you there. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I, I basically postpone this remodeling of the home for 5 or 6 years. Because like when it's gonna be the right time, I'll push it. It's still looking nice, and
Yeah.
then one day, like, okay, let's go. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's awesome, man. Hey, we get things done, right? Like we said before. So check
Yes.
it out. You've helped over 400 businesses get funding. Now, what's the most common mistake you see owners make when trying to get their funding?
The most common mistakes people coming when kind of it's too late or they unprepared basically. So I tell people you gotta come early. You gotta check your options. You gotta check what is your position in the market. So let's say if you guys let's say if you want to do fix and flip or rehab for single families, you gotta look for options. You gotta have someone like our company that basically whatever's coming on the market, we send you emails or we contact you saying, hey, we got those products coming on the market. Or if you're planning to do something, I have some clients, they say, George, I'm planning to buy this building in 3 5 months. What do I need to get done? So we tell them what to do, so they get prepared, so they get qualified. So it's kind of being prepared. That's how you win. And as you know, having capital, cheap capital, it's always key in most of the business, like in any business, having working capital available, funding available. Because I tell people, my money is my money. Why do I need to waste my money or to risk my money? You can, use the other people's money, pay a small fee, and uh, get things done.
Absolutely, man. It's important to leverage that, right? Because you could get things done in faster time, leveraging other people's money. But it's also important that they're not just going to give you money, right? Like, don't think that you're just going to go to one of these funding places, ask for $1 million, they're just going to hand it to you. No, like you need something in place. You need some proof to show. Anybody who lends money, they're going to limit their risk, right? Because they want that money back. So, if you have a good plan and you have somebody like you on your side, you have a real good chance to get it done. Now, what's the best way to position themselves to actually qualify?
So I invite people to give us a call, or if you don't know us, to work with like someone that is doing financing. So to you got to understand what's on the market, what's going on in the market, because we've been doing this for over 7 years, and we see what's changing, what to expect. So you gotta prepare your finances basically. At the same time, you gotta understand when is the right time to do it, because for example, now is the best time to buy office, right? I mean, it was basically is 20-40% discount on the office.
Yeah,
So here we go, those are the deals. In 5 to 6 years from now, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, I remember George saying the office was good to
yeah,
buy." So
absolutely.
that's kind of because people are gonna go back to office. You know, there's always a strategy to buy. So you look for, let's say, A type office that it's not fully occupied. So you buy it based on the occupancy numbers, running the NOI on occupancy numbers. So that's how you buy right. You gotta buy right. And yeah, that's for a fix and flip. We see a lot of requests for fix and flip. We got a couple new programs that are really good, and our clients like it. And yeah, it's just, I tell people, you gotta know how much you qualify for. If Because if you're looking for, if you're shopping around without any pre-approval, you're just wasting your time. Because let's say you want to buy the building for, you looking for at the building for $2 million, and then you put an offer, and then you find out that you qualify for only 1.5. So
Yeah.
it's frustrating. But
No, definitely.
when you do the pre-approval, you know how much you qualify for. Let's say you work on a down payment, or you work on cleaning the financials, and you position yourself for success.
Yeah,
Because most of my clients, they get ready, they get pre-approved, and just shop around. So one day you wake up, and you find a deal, and you're ready to attack, because
yeah,
it's a fight. It's not a walk in the park. It's real
yeah,
estate, commercial real estate business. It's,
always.
you said, maniacs.
Yeah, pretty much boils it down to a nutshell. Yeah, man. But what you said before, you were talking about commercial, and it's important to buy offices now. It was funny because I was listening to a podcast, and there was somebody who called their podcast, and they were in a situation that their job was relocating, and they offered them, if they relocate, they had to go to work. But if they decide to go virtual, they can do that too. But they will not receive any raises being virtual. If you go to work every day, they'll be open for evaluation to get paid more. So, with that being said, I think pretty soon companies are going to start pushing people to go back to work. I think that's just what's going to happen. Now, real quick, can you break down the differences between an SBA loan, traditional funding, maybe private money, and which makes more sense for people in business?
Yeah, so let's stay on the commercial real estate, because we do business acquisition, partner buyouts, all types of equipment. So when it comes to commercial real estate, for owner occupied, basically, if you're looking to buy your commercial property, if you're renting, for example, we had a client recently, a couple months ago. They were paying $10,000 in rent a month. Now we got an SBA loan with the 10% down, so now they paying $9,000. So they own the building, and they paid less basically.
Wow, wow, that's
So
awesome.
that's,
So
yeah,
wow,
SB.
so they were renting, paying 10,000 a month.
Yes,
They went, got an SBA, were able to buy the property now, a
yes,
commercial
and paying
property,
not.
an
Yes,
asset, paying less a month. Wow, that's
yes,
awesome.
yeah, 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 yeah. Because I tell people, because if you think that the landlord is receiving the rent and is taking money out of pocket to pay the mortgage, you're wrong. Because you pay his mortgage, and you pay his vacation. Basically, that's
Yeah,
how the math works. That's how you build wealth. So that's for the SBA, because it's low down payment. Sometimes you do 100% financing. It can be for the restaurant, for mechanic shop, for any type of business, for franchise, any franchise you want to buy. That's good for SBA loan. SBA loan, it's look, it's a lot of work, paperwork, but I have the team helping everybody to get things done. We help the lender, we help the client, and that's the best way to use the SBA loan. Then the conventional loans is a little bit lower rate. but the closing, because you never know you're gonna close on the loan or not.
Mhm.
And that's the interesting part. And as you may know, the banks right now, they're not too eager to do the commercial real estate type of loans, because they have a lot on the books, and it's a little bit shaky right now for commercial real estate. So it's it's a no-go route for now. And then private money is increasing. And imagine you need to move fast, and you can do private money. You do like 2, 3, 5, 10, 15 million in 3, 4 weeks with private money. So private money, it's when you move faster. You move fast, you buy distressed deals.
Mhm.
And basically they have their own appraisals. They have the lawyers in-house, everything, and it's moving fast. Yeah,
Yeah,
the rate can be a couple of points higher, but it's at the end of the day, you want to get the deal done, put it in your name, then a year or two you refinance, and that's how you become successful, because it takes time to build something great.
absolutely, man. Now, what made you expand into CRE financing, and what's been the biggest like learning curve there?
So I always like to drive by those industrial buildings, or to look at it. So I was kind of like looking into to better understand for myself. And this is one of the best way to do it, to try and help others. And at the same time, it's more zeros involved. You're doing the same thing for, let's
Yeah,
say, you're doing a $300,000 single family, or you're doing a $4 million building. It's same work, but you get 10 times more money on that.
yeah,
So
yeah. Before I start, I should have asked. Why don't you explain to our listeners what CRE financing is?
commercial real estate financing.
Yeah.
Commercial real estate financing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in 2024, about this time, we started, because we always try new products, new what's going on in the market. So we trying to find new products to offer to our clients, to help them, because our job is to find the best financing options available in the market, and help our clients basically to succeed. So last year we were working on a new program. It was for a single family, for investor. So we were doing a cash out on it was something under 200,000. At the same time, I started working on two commercial deals, both over 2 million. And I closed those buildings, the commercial deals, before I closed the single family. So it's, it's
Wow. That's
yeah.
wild. So I guess what's the reason behind that? Is there I don't have any commercial real estate. Everything I own is residential.
Okay.
Everything that we step into is more residential. Multifamily up to like 5 units. Now,
Okay.
what is there less inspections? Like why is it that it's faster?
Well, because the type of program we were doing, I was trying to, those investors, they were like no non-resident, and it was a little bit more work, because it's a niche we were trying to understand. So the best way to understand is by doing it. So it takes longer, all the paperwork, all the regulation, back and forth. But with the with commercial, it's not that regulated. And we know, using private money, one of the deals was even an SBA. So we closed an SBA in 30 days. It was a government loan. We closed
Mhm.
in 30 days. That's unheard. It's very rare when you see something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just the team of people more professional, because when somebody comes to us, I have basically a network of people nationwide, commercial brokers. They find you the deal, I get the financing, then we have the lawyers, we have the accountants, we have the closing, and everything is working like a teamwork, right? But
Mhm.
in residential, people trying to do everything themselves, and they just shoot themselves in the foot, because you're never gonna win when you do everything by yourself. You're doing,
Never.
you do the construction, you do the planning, you do the financing. It's just, how that works.
I do, and I tell everybody sub it out, sub it out. You know,
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
that you could delegate to someone else, it'll just make you more efficient all around in business. Now, these SBA loans are they're not limited to per state, right?
No, nationwide.
Nationwide.
We have 11 or 12 right now nationwide
Okay.
buildings.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if somebody in business is listening and they're in San Francisco, they can reach out to George and you'll get it done?
Yeah, yeah, nationwide. This is a government program. The government is trying to help. I mean, those are some of the best loans available right now. It's because the conventional loans, the your Chase Bank of America, they don't do those types of loan.
Yeah.
And the way you buy them with 10% down, it's look. I mean, you're gonna find 10% if when you find out how much money you're gonna make over the next 5, 10, 15 years. It's
Hmm.
I know people that receiving checks 20, 25 grand a month from the buildings. How
Hmm.
many single families going to take you to get there?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. That's
that's
true,
that's
man.
that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more scalable because let's say for a single family, you on average it's just for apartments, right? For apartments, average tenant is 2 years, right? For
Mhm.
industrial, for business, when you have a commercial, you they do like 5 year, 10 year lease, right? So it's basically, if you do it right, you do like a type of triple net. So basically the tenant is responsible for almost everything. You're responsible for the roof and the parking
Yeah.
sometimes.
Hmm.
And it's, most of the things you don't have that many problems with tenants
Yeah.
as you have with apartments. It's much more leverage, and it's
Yeah, and even in the eviction side of things, right? Let's say you have a bad tenant. It's easier to terminate a lease on a commercial property than it is in certain states to get tenants out. Because in New Jersey, I mean, they could stay as long as they want. You have to go through the whole process. You could literally lose the house and go in foreclosure if you can't afford to pay the mortgage just because your tenants aren't paying. It's pretty tough, especially in New Jersey.
yeah, yeah. New Jersey, New York, Illinois. It's it's not lender friendly, so
Definitely not.
not even landlord
Owner.
friendly. So
Yeah,
yeah.
owner friendly, lender friendly. It's just not friendly. Now, what's one of the fastest or most memorable funded deals? Something that stands out to you that you always remember. Talk
Yeah,
about.
this was one of the deals I mentioned last year was with one of my good friends. Basically, he was commercially. It's a little bit more aggressive. You got to be more aggressive. The broker, the seller broker, was trying to hold to be the gatekeeper on the deal. Then we kind of like cornered him, and we were able to move fast, and we closed the deal in 30 days. Basically, even the buyer's broker was like shocked because like so fast, and
How much was the loan?
that was 2.5.
2.5 million.
Yeah.
What industry was that?
Trucking, transportation.
Trucking industry. Okay,
Yeah.
that's nice, man. So what should investors know before stepping into their first commercial property? Since we're still talking about commercial.
Yeah, so I w- I advise people. I'm not an advisor, but I tell them, look, I mean, you gotta understand what you're investing. You gotta do some study. You gotta, educate yourself before you invest money, because you're in discovery mode. You gather information so you can make a rational decision rather than an emotional decision. Yeah, so it's important to make sure you have the base, you understand that the numbers, how it works, what is like the rent in the market, how I can optimize the property, what's my the buying price, what's my exit strategy, how I'm gonna manage the property. So like in any deal, like you mentioned, like you telling people that they gotta delegate. So I look at things very simple. So what I'm good at, right? So you gotta be good at finding deals,
Hmm.
basically finding off market deals,
Yeah.
working with brokers. Or that's number one. Number two, you gotta be good at financing, right? You know how to structure deals, how to negotiate, to raise money. You do syndication, you do through a fund, you do through friends, you do through private money, you do to government. It's
Hmm.
that's very important.
Hmm.
Then you gotta be the number three. It's you know how to do the construction, so to rehab it, to put do the painting, to optimize it, to make it look nice, to do a couple, spend some dollars and increase that the bottom line, basically. Because the same thing when you're selling a car is like, you want to do a detail, so you do like $200 detail, then you can increase the sale for $1,000, so it makes sense. And then the number four is how to manage it. So you got to understand what you're best at, what your identity. So
Yeah.
what you're good at, then everything else you either partner or you delegate. So that's
Yeah.
kind of, so you just do one thing. It's boring, but it's super interesting at the same time, because
Yeah.
you're focusing only one thing. Because when you're jumping from one thing to another, it's you don't stay focused. It's you just gotta do one thing when do it right.
No, absolutely. I tell people all the time, like, do your due diligence, of course, run the numbers, focus on what you're good at. I'm not good at property management, so I outsource a property manager. What I'm good at is sourcing the deals. I know how to market, I know how to find deals. Everything else, I delegate, right? Because I know I'm not, if a tenant calls me to fix something, I'll probably make it worse. I'm not going to fix anything, you know? So it's important for, yeah, before you get into commercial or residential real estate, understand what your superpower is and then do your due diligence, do the numbers, and make sure it makes sense. So let's switch it up a little bit, man. Let's talk about mindset and growth. Now, you've been doing this for over 10 years. What mindset has helped you stay consistent and to keep growing?
Yeah. So for example, recently, because we like the fix and flip, where the just just real estate investors trying to do a couple flips a year, where they trying to build up their portfolio of uh, rentals. We expanded our basically, we can now originate and fund loans through our in-house funding division. And our clients get faster approvals, flexible rates. So the whole idea is stay in the business, stay in the game. Right now, in any business, it's like even transportation, restaurants, it's a lot of up and down. It's the market is crazy, everything is running crazy, but you gotta focus on the long term vision. Okay, who I want to be, where I want to be in 1 year, in 3 years, in 5 years, in 10 years, and have that vision. And whenever you don't feel like doing it, like, just take a break or a small vacation, do, because like, you don't want to change your strategy because you're in a bad mood. Everybody's in bad mood sometimes. I mean, it's it's a jungle. So I mean,
Yeah.
how many times you were in bad mood but you didn't just give up, or
No, I
right?
was in a bad mood like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. I mean,
Literally.
we were about to get in a bad mood with this setting up the microphone. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. For our listeners, if you don't know the setup, my camera kept flickering and we couldn't hear each other on the mic. So yeah, we were just upset 40 minutes ago, man. It's life. It's
we
life.
we were about to get upset, but we choose to hold it for a bit, because it's just hold it for a bit, and nice things gonna happen. It's same thing. Look, with COVID, you just gotta have this mindset. I mean, it's things gonna change. Look at the bright side. Less social media. Read some books. Books are really good. And fire the negative people that suck in your energy. Yeah, get to know new people. I go personally, I go 2 3 conferences a year. So I initially, to build up your mindset, you gotta meet with other successful people. And it's really helpful. It's reading books, meeting, go meet people, go meet people in the same niche. You want to do real estate, go to local RIA, go to other events. So imagine, I'm an immigrant. I'm a citizen now for over 8 years. I started going to RIAs, right, to real estate meetups in
Yeah.
the area,
Mhm.
and just to learn real estate. Now I finance, and now I have multiple buildings financing nationwide. It's a process, but if you stay dedicated, you learn, you take your time, and this happens. Now I go on conference with bankers. Now
Yeah.
we have our own division that we're doing the funding ourselves. So it's
Yeah.
something that, it's if you put your mind to it, things gonna happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't agree with you more. Being part of masterminds, going to your local meetup groups. What happens locally is what's really going to define your hunger and it's going to build that work ethic. And not only that, you're out there networking with people in your industry, right? You have your ear on the streets. The fact that you could go to a meetup and it's like $5, $20, a lot of them are free, and you're not taking advantage of that. Are you really serious about what you're trying to do? Are you really serious about getting into business? Because if you were, you'll be taking advantage of all those free tools that are available to everybody who wants to get started. So, you mentioned books. Why don't you mention top three books that George Otel likes to read?
So the books that helped me, it's this one, Psychology of Money. It's like the Bible of thinking about money. Then obviously Think and Grow Rich. It's very good. I was listening this book in yeah, that was the time when I was looking around for buying those tax liens, uh, auction homes, and I was just listening to that book for 6 months, like running it, just changing the chapters back and forth.
Yeah.
And that was like, me with myself, talking with myself about myself and
Mhm.
understanding the whole thing. It's really interesting book.
Yeah.
And that book, the Buy Back Your Time.
Mm.
So I tell everyone, if you start making money, you start hiring an assistant right away. So basically, my business number goes directly to my assistant, my email. So 80% of the emails getting answered by my assistant. It's super nice. I can travel. I 10 days ago I got back from Europe. In 2 days I'm going for a week in Hawaii. So I'm still running this business. We're getting buildings funded nationwide, and a lot of we have
Nice.
over 20 deals in single family, just single family funding. So
Nice.
it's because when you're able to delegate, so as you mentioned, the trucking, right? You don't want to manage with the tenants, because it's the same thing managing the truck drivers, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's
Same thing.
you've been there, and like it's frustrating. It's
Mhm.
something triggers your brain. So
Yeah. Yeah, for
so
sure.
yeah, that book, it's really good. Buy Back Your Time. It's the concept is really good. It's really good, and it's worth it. It's worth it, and it helps you to kind of like grow the business, to expand. And I did it too late. But I for the last 6 months I implement the book. So basically, I have a file in a Chat GPT
Mhm.
that it's basically uh the prompt. It's like 3 pages. So
Mhm.
it's basically you then teaching me, George Otel, how to grow and optimize my business. And every time I hire someone, I'm doing the whole thing. They go to test. So I hire slow, they go to test. I gotta understand the personality. So it's really helpful, but it's a game changer, man. It's because physically I'm not able to do it. My assistant is like, George, how you were able to do the emails before? Like I was not able, because I was somebody else.
Yeah.
But physically you're not gonna be able to and the fun thing is, you're gonna do more, you're gonna have more time, and the business is gonna be more reliable. Because if you have a business and you're the only one working, you have a job. So, and you're working
Amen.
for
That's good. That's gold
and
right there.
in the book it's saying, if you have a business and you're working by yourself, you're basically working for a lunatic, because we all lunatics.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's some good advice right there, bro. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
So 2020, I had like 15 minutes on social media.
Mhm.
Last July, I remove notifications from my emails. I have more couple companies, and I have all those emails. I have like over 100,000 emails. So I have no notification on emails. No, I just stay focused. I can block a couple hours. I can have those podcasts. And
Mhm.
so it's very important. Now next week I'm going in Hawaii with no computer, just with the phone. Just
Mhm.
that's how you like, okay, I don't need my computer, because I have my people running the thing, and if they need
Yeah.
me, they're gonna do it. So it's a level. So now, buying back your time, that's the name of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, because that's why we're doing all this, right? To build, to have more time, whether it's to spend with family or something personal you want to do. It could be traveling the world, right? But we're in business so it could grow, build something that works for itself. Like if you're still working in your business and not on your business, like you said, it's you just created another job for yourself. There's no freedom there. Now, real quick, once one piece of advice to give a small business owner struggling to get approved for funding.
Get your financials in order. Try to look 3 6 months. Just look for the what's available in the market. Work with. So you gotta have like an accountant, a good accountant. You gotta have a lawyer sometimes if you need it. You gotta have a financing guy like our company or any other company. But you gotta have them. You gotta have somebody that is reliable. You understand how they operate, and they actually provide you real value. So basically, it's the more you grow, and I'm sure you're gonna like the way I say it, because the more you grow your business, the more your job as a CEO, as a founder, is to look for the funding options, right? So the operations goes by itself, everything is running, but your goal is to look for funding, how to raise money, how to get deals done. So that's kind of the goal. It's the bigger the company gets, the more time you're gonna devote to money side, because it's very important.
Absolutely. That's good, man. So what do you think separates entrepreneurs who scale successfully and those who like end up getting stuck?
Yeah, it's all about systems. What systems do you have in delegating and networking with the right people, the successful people, and trying to think out of the box. Out of the box, because so having time as a business owner is very important, because you're not going to be forced to make decision, and you're not going to be frustrated because you're doing all this work and don't have time. So having time is very important. Having time to do the strategy, it's really important, because everybody gets stuck, everybody's feared of something. It's
Yeah.
But the idea is how you deal with that, how you unstuck yourself, how you.
Yeah. No, that's very important. And finally, when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be in the world of business and finance?
My legacy is we. I'm planning to. I started to kind of do donations to schools to have like a training to train people to uh, students how to do things properly, how to, because sometimes, I mean, right now we having the school. It's the school model is like the industrial age. Now when we are not in the internet age, we are in AI age, and
Yeah.
it's got to be upgraded. So it's be helping people. So I was in Europe, and they having like the robotics class, and it's so wow. It's I didn't see it in the United States, but they have it in Europe. Imagine how important is that, because
Yeah.
it's.
It is. It is. It's pretty amazing what's happening, especially with AI, how much everything has shifted. My total business has completely changed in about a year and a half. My systems, our processes, everything, man. But it's exciting, but you just got to stay in the loop. All right, man.
Yeah.
So, George, thank you for your time. I appreciate you coming here, sharing your wisdom and all the information. Why don't you let our listeners know where they could find you, whether it's social media, websites? Shoot.
Yeah, yeah, I'm active on LinkedIn. George Otel, the finance guy. You can connect with me, send me a DM. Also, on our website, usbusinessfunding.net or usbizfunding.net, or you can send me a text message or call us at any time. 414
Nice. Wow,
It's,
you gave out your phone number, huh? Now you think you're
it's
gonna get phone calls while you're in Hawaii from our listeners?
yeah, my assistants, they help
There you go.
everybody. Yes,
All right, because
yes,
they
sir.
didn't want to get interrupted in Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yeah. I don't even know if I'm gonna have coverage. We're going to the with this guy. They have like a guide. We're gonna go through jungle, and we have all this
Oh
crazy.
wow, yeah, no
Yeah,
service, no cell towers out there in the jungle, man. No,
yeah.
that's
That's
awesome, George. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate you coming on a busy day, closing tons of deals. I wish you more success, and we got to get you back on the podcast, man.
yeah. We can do it in 6 months. See how things are evolving.
Absolutely, I'm down, man. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'll let you know.
Okay.
All right, thank you, bro. All right,
Thank you.
guys. See you in the next episode.